What is going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, August 14th, and we are back for another round of Halloween Horror Nights construction updates at Universal Florida. We're going to start things off a little different today. We're going to head into Islands of Adventure. They have opened up the All Hallows Eve Halloween edition, the Boardwalk Boutique. Little sneak peek of some Halloween shopping goodness. Let's go ahead and head inside and take a look at what they've done this year. That is going to do it for the Halloween edition of the All Hallows Eve Boutique. Another fantastic job by the creative team over here. Always doing the best. Let's go ahead and head over to Universal Studios and take a look at all of the construction updates they've done. As we walk up to the arches, we can see what everybody has been waiting for, me especially, that glorious neon Halloween Horror Nights sign. Love it. That gets me so excited seeing that. Can't wait to see it lit up. Not too much else going on up here today, but honestly, this is all I really needed to see. Still nothing going on over here in Hollywood. At this point, I'm not too sure if we're going to see any permanent set pieces out here. They've got the parade running through here every day, so that might be preventing them from putting permanent set pieces out here, so they may have to roll them out every night, which not ideal, won't be as awesome, but I don't know, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. And over here in Battery Park, we've got a lot of action going on. They have set up the bars over here, so it appears there's not going to be any food. Looks like it's just going to be alcohol and drinks served over here. And it looks like the bars are double-sided. They've got bars on both sides of this thing, so pretty interesting. They're ready to serve a lot of drinks over here. I think these lights might be new up here as well. I'm not too sure. Maybe. And behind the bars down here on this little pathway by the water's edge, they've set up this piece of truss work. My buddy Kevin is speculating that they might have some kind of photo op or meet and greet here. Maybe Chucky. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Making our way around the park over here to Central Park, you can see one of the reasons I like to come frequently is they will eventually cover this stuff up with these tarps, so you can't really see what's going on underneath them anymore. So yeah, I like to come out here as much as I can so we can see it during the day before they cover it up. You can see the details of what's going on. It looks like they did add this kind of stuff here to it. Other than that, who knows what's going on under there? Maybe they changed something, maybe not. I think they may have added some stuff in there. I'm not too sure. Maybe they did. I really don't think they've added anything to these set pieces, but I'll kind of do a quick overview of each one just to document it in case they have added something small that I missed. They have definitely covered up the airboat, so I don't know if they've added something gruesome or they just wanted to hide the motor for some reason, because the rest of the airboat is open, so maybe they added something gruesome under there. I don't know. Have to wait and see. I am fairly confident they haven't added anything to Central Park over here, just tarped up some of the scenes. So let's keep on making our way around the park and see what else we can find. I didn't stop back here by the animal actor stage where they have all these food booths last week because there wasn't too much going on, but they have added some theming, Cary Drive-In theming, a little snack bar. So this is definitely related to the Slaughter Cinema 2 house that's coming this year. Over here by the Back to the Future train and DeLorean, they have added in one of the portable food trucks for the event. I showed off a big piece of truss work that was here last weekend, and I had a sneaking suspicion it wasn't for Horror Nights, and in fact they did remove it. It was for the Orlando Informer event that they had last weekend, so that is gone now, not part of Horror Nights. A couple of quick changes back here by Nightmare Fuel. They have added in these kind of guardrails to keep people from going back in there as they get ready for the show. And then they've also added a tent over here. It's probably just going to be like drinks and pretzels, no themed food there. Over here on the bridge between Simpsons and Diagon Alley at this medieval themed food booth, they've added in this register stand here where they'll display the menus as well. On this bridge from Simpsons to Diagon Alley, we've also got another little food booth pop-up tent. Once again, I don't think this one's going to be themed. I think it's probably just going to be like generic drinks and pretzels, snacks, churros, and stuff like that. Over here by San Francisco in front of Lombard's, they've added some speakers in front of this little stage here. So feeling pretty confident there's going to be some kind of photo op, meet and greet here. Back over here behind Lombard's, they have finally added the bars back here. So the food and drinks are going to be back here. Feeling pretty confident it's going to be the Peacock Bar again, but they haven't officially announced that, so it's kind of speculation at this time. Walking into the San Francisco section, we can see they have added a sacred fog machine over here in front of the Blumhouse stage here at the entrance, or the exit, whichever way you're coming. Pretty much all of the vertical truss work over here in this Blumhouse section, they've added this black scrim to the vertical truss pieces as well to kind of help hide them in the night so they don't stand out as much. And lastly for the evening, we'll take a pass through New York to see if they've added anything over here. Over here in Sting Alley, they have added one of these sprung tent kind of food booths popped up over here. On this main Torture Fair stage, they have added in a couple of chairs, these thrones, if you will. I think they've added these light bars here at the bottom of this section too to light up this poster. Over here behind the stage, we've got a couple of these themed roadblock stanchion looking things. They'll pull these out every night for the scare zone. And just like we saw over on that bridge between Simpsons and Diagon Alley, they have added the little register stands for the food booths over here as well. And the same for these food booths over here, the Twisted Tater booth and the Twilight Tavern booth as well. And just like I thought last week, those eyes in this little doghouse are all lit up and red and creepy looking. And the same thing for the Insidious food booth over here. They've added this register stand. Now that the private event's not happening from last weekend, we can get a closer look. They've also added this lantern up above the door here as well. It is a little bit later now. I went and grabbed some food, hoping to see some more of these food booths lit up, but it looks like this is the only one we're getting tonight. It's all right. It's still enough to get me real excited. Looks like one of these lights over here is kind of malfunctioning a little bit. We're getting a little sneak peek of one of the lighting effects over here in the Torture Fair Scare Zone. And just as I suspected, they added a ton of stuff after I left the other day. So we are back on Friday the 16th for the annual pass holder nights, and we're going to check out some construction updates, some things that they've added as well. First thing that we've noticed tonight is they've added a few things over here on the treehouse in Central Park. Looks like they've added this creepy little skeleton wind chime over here on the front. And then they've also added this pair of underwear on the clothesline on the side. Pretty hilarious. Looks like we have our lighting over here at this food booth on the bridge between Simpsons and Diagon. The Goblin's Feast booth is what everybody's thinking, but yeah, got some lights going on, and they moved the registers over to this side now, so yeah. And the other food booth on the bridge here, they've thrown up some theming around here. It's just kind of generic stuff like brick, and it's just basically brick all along here. All right, we have made it over to New York, where the bulk of our updates are going to be for the night. You can see right off the bat that they've put up these flags on the poles here for the Ye Olde Torture Fair. Over here at the Ye Olde Torture Goods little booth thing, they've added this kind of stage here. The Blood Eagle is what this is called. It'll be interesting to see what they do with this. They've got these kind of eyelet things here, probably have some kind of rope stretching between them. Interesting to see what they do with this. Over here in front of the Sahara Traders, they've added another stage, Ye Olde Him and Maim. Got this bullseye here, so it's gonna be some kind of like bow and arrow thing. Who knows, we'll see. They've got this body wrapped up in there, so once again, it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. Over here in front of Finnegan's, they've got the Brazen Bull stage that they set up here. Got this kind of little fire pit underneath it here. This door opens up, might be something inside of there. A little speaker here, probably a trigger back there as well. These stages are pretty cool looking. I'm really excited to see what they do with them. And another stage over here in front of the Mummy, we've got the breaking wheel. Pretty interesting. Really curious to see what's under this tarp here. It looks like we've got these cool like crows or ravens up on the top. That's pretty cool looking. Over here at the main Torture Fair stage, we've got a little addition. They've added in these kind of pulleys and ropes up here next to this body. And over here at the Ghostbusters food booth, at least the frozen one, they're doing the lighting over here. So we can finally see what this looks like with all the lights on. This looks great. I'm super excited for this. Over here at the entrance to Sting Alley by Transformers, they put up the food booth over here for Sting Alley. It's a Quiet Place theme. I haven't seen the movie, so I'm not too sure on the references here, but the theming is pretty cool. And yeah, it's leading you back into Sting Alley here. Got some cool theming back here. I walked through here earlier, but the music was so loud. Now that the event's over, the pass holder event, so yeah, they got this little stand here for drinks. They always have this stand here, kind of this farmhouse looking thing. And then, yeah, the food booth that we saw the other day that was all tinted up, they put the theming around it. So another barn-esque looking structure. And then on the way out, they've got a exit sign here. Be quiet, exit only. Very exciting. 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left. Over here in Battery Park, it looks like they've added a couple of these stages here. Probably gonna have some kind of maybe photo op or something, character? We'll find out. And that is gonna do it for this week's Halloween Horror Nights construction updates. Getting really excited for the event. We are getting really close. It is only a couple of weeks away at this point, about 2 weeks and a couple of days, so it'll be here before we know it. As always, if you have made it this far, thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.